faithfully sharing value and breaking down amazing books from around the world. Hey there, this is Sally Talks Books. Today I'm unpacking the book called The Power of Self-Discipline. Now, when it comes to self-discipline, you might think of self-control. In past episodes, we covered the book Self-Control. It teaches you how to rein in your actions and stick to things, while self-discipline shows you how to transform your behavior to become who you want to be. For instance, with self-control, you can manage to wake up early and ditch unhealthy habits, but your surroundings are always changing. Beyond self-control, everyone needs to keep spotting their flaws and making changes, like tweaking your diet for a fitter body or patching things up with family and friends for smoother bonds, or revamping how you work and learn to boost efficiency and mail it in your career and studies. Self-control alone ain't enough for this. You got to switch up your actions and embrace self-discipline. Basically, shifting from self-control to self-discipline is about evolving from routines to changes, and your skills need an upgrade too. The author, Marshall Goldsmith, earned his PhD from UCLA and served on the Peter Drucker Foundation board for a decade. Now, he heads the Global Leadership Center at Dartmouth. Plus, Forbes ranks him as one of the world's top 5 executive coaches. Goldsmith's written many books, like The Devil in the Details of Management, all raved about. This book, The Power of Self-Discipline, shot to #1 on bestseller lists like the New York Times and Wall Street Journal, and is called his career-defining work. Hearing about his creds, you might figure this book's just for big shots. Not so. It's for all adults, aimed at helping you swap out habits to be who you aspire to be. Okay, let's dive into the book's core with 2 key questions. First up, why is changing yourself such a struggle? Second, how can we actually make that change? All right, let's kick off with question 1. Why is changing so tough? Many people have all sorts of dissatisfactions with their family, studies, and work situations. For instance, you might want more time with loved ones, learn and master new skills, or boost your income significantly. Even though people have the need to change, very few actually make it happen. Maybe every morning when you wake up, you tell yourself, today I'm going to make a change. But by bedtime, you realize the day wasn't any different from yesterday. The author calls this phenomenon, we're all top-notch planners but lousy executors. So why are people so slack about changing? The reasons boil down to 2 types. First, internal resistance, which is internal factors. Second, due to negative external incentives, which are external factors. Let's start with the first reason. Self-resistance. Many people won't admit they need to change. This is especially obvious among leaders and successful folks. In his consulting work, the author has seen many cases like Henry, a company's chief operating officer. He was super smart and decisive, but way too arrogant, demanding everyone do things his way and never listening to others. This made colleagues and even family unable to stand him. Henry wanted change, but not in himself. He thought he was perfect, and the problem was with others. So he suggested the author talk to his colleagues and family to get them to change. Eventually, Henry pushed everyone to their limit and got fired from the company. Honestly, unless you're truly willing to change, relying on others only makes it way harder. Of course, folks like Henry, who are stubborn, are rare. Most people realize they need to change. At this point, your long-standing habits start blocking your change. Imagine you're used to waking up at 7 a.m. every day, but now you need to change by waking up an hour earlier to exercise. Isn't that a lot tougher than just sticking to 7 a.m.? This blocks your change. The second reason is negative external incentives. Negative incentives are all the factors in your surroundings that trap people in negative behaviors. So how much impact can the environment really have on people's behavior? For example, you're stuck in traffic. Originally, you weren't in a hurry, so you didn't fuss over the traffic jam. But if all the drivers around you are complaining or even yelling, Wouldn't you unconsciously get worked up too? Or think about flying. Before, people could seriously read a book during flights, but now with on demand videos and even phones and Wi Fi on some planes, don't you feel like you can't settle down to read anymore? Thus, the environment triggers negative behaviors, which create more negative incentives, cycling on and making change really tough. This process is like a feedback loop. How do we get it? Say you realize smoking's bad and start quitting, but you're just beginning. Then someone hands you a cigarette and social pressure makes you take it. That person might keep offering you smokes, and others seeing you slip might give you one too. This forms a negative smoking feedback loop leading to quitting failure. Or say you notice your work efficiency is low, simple tasks drag on for days, and you want to change but lack drive. Then you see colleagues aren't efficient either, clients don't push you, and bosses don't set deadlines. All excuses for your slacking. Thus, a procrastination feedback loop forms. It's precisely all these negative incentives creating feedback loops that make change so hard. All right, let's sum up the first question. Why is changing yourself so tough? The author believes the challenge starts with people not truly wanting to change inside or being held back by habits. And more often, there are too many negative incentives around, forming feedback loops that block change. Now that we've found the problem, we got to figure out how to fix it. So that's our second question today. But first, you need to pinpoint what parts of your life need changing. And if you sit down and reflect, you'll realize the drive for change comes from two forces inside you. Let's talk wants versus needs. The author defines wants as quick satisfaction, mostly from emotional thinking, like craving tasty food, buying more clothes, avoiding work to scroll your phone or game all day. Um, while sensory needs are essential, they often block you from becoming your best self. So, what are needs? The author calls needs long-term benefits that match your future well-being, usually decided through rational thought, like needing a healthy body, good family vibes, stronger friendships, or achievements in work and school. These needs are your true change goals worth fighting for. So, identifying your needs over wants is step one to beating negative incentives and breaking those feedback loops. The author's method: pause to suppress your first impulse, think rationally, then make the best call. Say you're quitting smoking for health. When offered a cigarette, suppress that urge to take it. Pause, think rationally, then politely decline to break that negative loop. Um, or when you see coworkers slacking off, don't just copy them instinctively. Don't use it as a lazy excuse. Instead, rationally ask, what attitude should I bring to work to avoid following the crowd? Only then can you dodge work procrastination. Plus, seek positive environmental triggers to build supportive feedback loops for change. Like when quitting smoking makes you tired, since folks say smoking relieves fatigue, try exercise instead, or coffee for energy, even snacking on seeds, or chatting to shift focus. This gives you alternatives when needed. Making negative feedback loops and building positive ones is key to successful change. Now, some might ask, after rational thinking, I see so much to change, it's overwhelming me with anxiety right now. Actually, change builds on stable foundations. Good habits don't need altering. Like if you're used to walking 30 minutes after dinner, no need to force changing it to mornings. For real changes, follow gradual progress. Say you find many areas needing change, but can't tackle all at once. Then prioritize what to change first versus what can wait in this phase. The author recommends the Wheel of Change tool. Simply put, the wheel sorts your habits into four parts: create, preserve, eliminate, accept, based on your reality. Creating new habits means change. This is undeniably the wheel's most vital and attractive part. Deeply reflect, what's the most crucial change for you now? Get the other three: preserve, eliminate, accept, are equally important in change. Preserving means keeping good habits, Eliminating means ditching bad ones to make space. When energy's limited and you're changing vital habits, accept some behaviors can't change yet. Say you're prepping for a big exam now, but also want to exercise for better health. Plus, you dream of traveling to broaden horizons, even improving cooking to delight family. These are all needs for you. Or clearly, you can't handle all this at once. Focus on the urgent exam, exercise during breaks, and accept the laying travel and cooking skills until later. Once you understand the wheel of change, you can design your change plan wisely. Say family time matters most to you, design your wheel like this. First, create. For example, create shorter commutes by taking less crowded routes or subways, freeing up morning or evening time for family. Next, preserve, like preserving your favorite family ritual, weekly grocery trips and dinners together. Maintain this routine consistently. And eliminate work delays causing overtime, aiming to leave on time daily, or cut excessive social events by declining unnecessary dinners, freeing up hours for family. Finally, accept. By skipping some dinners, you might temporarily lose networking opportunities. Accept this trade-off. Prioritize family time now, set networking aside, rebuild connections later through other means when time allows. With your wheel designed, your change goals become clear. But then comes a new challenge: how to sustain this long term. The author recommends the daily questions method with 6 prompts. 1. Did I try my best to set clear goals today? 2. Did I try my best to achieve my goals today? 3. Did I try my best to seek meaning today? 4. Did I try my best to pursue happiness today? 5. Did I try my best to build good relationships today? 6. Did I try my best to engage fully in work and life today? In a study of 2,500 plus people, after 10 days using this method, 37% improved in all 6 areas, 65% improved in at least 4, 89% improved in at least one area. Proof this method works. To help you grasp daily questions better, let me give you another example. 26-year-old Emily, fresh out of culinary school and working at a grocery store. The store had weekly staff discounts, so Emily bought tons of ingredients to cook at home. Soon, her weight ballooned by 45 kilograms. She tried countless diets, studying healthy recipes, getting monitored by family, watching obesity docs, but all failed. Then she tried the daily questions method. First step, after self-reflecting on the 6 prompts, she set 6 goals. 3. Stick to fixed juice portions daily. 2. Exercise every day. 3. Boost wine knowledge for sommelier exam. 4. Stay connected with family and friends. 5. Learn new things at work. 6. Help others outside work. This list shows her main aims: weight loss, fitness, routine, learning, quitting bad habits, valuing relationships. The method requires embracing these goals while focusing on daily effort, not the outcome. Every night at 10, her uncle called to ask if she'd tried her best on all 6 goals. She rated herself 0 to 10. This lasted 2 months. Let's see how it went, how Emily handled it. First 2 weeks, she focused on the juice diet, scoring mostly 9 or 10. But daily exercise, not so great. She got several zeros and ones. Her uncle criticized her sternly. Low scores for 2 weeks mean this isn't important. Drop it from the list. But exercise was essential for her, so she added swimming and yoga to her running routine. So her score in that category quickly improved. On day 40, Emily caved to temptation at a party, eating lots of cake, and overate the next 2 days too. Thus, her juice diet scores were rock bottom for 3 straight days on the tracker. Still, she felt the juice diet was necessary. So, to discipline herself, she extended the 2-month plan by 3 days. Starting day 42, her juice diet scores bounced back high. By day 51, something new appeared on Emily's tracker. The last 3 questions, staying connected, learning at work, helping others, all got X marks. Because Emily felt these had become habits needing no tracking, After 63 days, she lost 25.3 kilograms total. The plan ended. Dieting, exercise, and studying became natural habits. About a year later, she lost another 25 kilograms, ran marathons, and passed her level 3 sommelier exam. She then launched new daily questions, boosting fitness, healthier eating, advancing wine knowledge, mental exercises. The daily questions method pinpoints your issues and focuses change where it matters most. It strengthens commitment daily. Questions and answers form positive feedback loops that nail down details. Long-term use emphasizes consistency, avoiding shortcuts that backfire. Like over-exercising one day for quick weight loss, you'll skip workouts all week and regain the pounds. Her uncle was crucial. His daily check-ins became positive feedback loops, feeling Emily's change. Of course, the method isn't rigid, it adapts to your needs. For example, in special situations where you need to boost daily work efficiency, make quick changes to hit goals, you can shorten daily questions to hourly ones, like whether you can stay focused on studying or working all day long. You can answer yourself every hour, pushing you to make changes. Of course, daily questions can extend to weekly, monthly, or yearly ones, helping achieve long-term life goals and plans. Here we are. That wraps up the whole book. It upgrades self-control to self-discipline, explaining why change is hard and how to do it. You might still doubt the term self-discipline. Is change just self-discipline? Actually, the book's English title is Triggers, meaning trigger originally and by extension, incentive. The title emphasizes how people can grasp life affecting incentives to achieve personal change. The Chinese translation, self discipline, contrasts with self control's persistence, stressing how we can make changes. Everyone wants to be their ideal self. To change and gain self discipline, the key is acting now. Not just be a top planner, but a top executor. Recognize negative change incentives, value feedback loops, and practice your wheel of change. Through daily questions, persist each day to change yourself and own self discipline. That's the interpretation for now. Book notes are below the audio. See you tomorrow.